Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Guile here, and welcome back to the Forged Delights Forever promotional series. It's custom 246v6 here at Guilecast. Always prepared, always professional, as you like it. Featuring a veritable smorgasbord of your favourite FAF talent. And what a wonderful word that is. Someone tell me what the definition of smorgasbord is, or what the etymology is. I've been using it for years and I have no idea. I'm going to guess, is it some kind of thing to do with food? Like, I imagine it's something like, I don't know, a board that you serve antipasti from, or whatever the German equivalent of antipasti is. Might not even be German, I don't know, but I'd be fascinated to know. Answers in the comment section below if you'll be so good. And while you're down there, smash the old like button, will you? For goodness sake, jeez. So, featuring some of your favourite talent, it's custom 6v6 going down on a generated map. We'll give these guys some time and we'll make our introductions. In fact, we'll slow it up because I know these guys are going to get into it. We'll call this Team 1 up here at the top, these Team 2 down here at the bottom. Going first for Team 1 over here at the top left-hand corner in baby blue, going Seraphim, it's the Wreck. He's opening first land. Team member number 2 to his right-hand side, it's Turbo 2 going UEF in Halib orange. He's going first land. Team member number 3, further up to the right still, Epic Benis going Cybrin, how very appropriate, in Dijon yellow, opening first land. That is the left-hand side, the left flank for Team 1. They are split into 2 equal parts, and the trio on the right-hand side, handling the right flank. We've got Macro Noob, first of all. He's going Aeon in Elephantine Grey, opening first land. Team member number 5, everybody's favourite, the Wheelie, there he is. He's going Seraphim, opening first air. Interesting decision. Good thing I slowed it down. It's almost like I've seen it before. Because he's probably going to be going with some early harass. And last but not least, up here at the top right-hand corner, it's Esperanto. Esperanto, who... Let me just clear something up. Is that Petrick or is it not? I thought that was Petrick. I'm pretty sure it was Petrick, but I checked the username utility things in FAF, and I see no history of him being called Petrick. So is it just another account that Petrick uses? I would love to know. If you're in the know, let me know in the comment sections below. All of the rhyming lingo. Right, there he is. Anyway, he's going Seraphim in Burgundy Red, opening first land. Let's check out Team 2 now, starting down here in the bottom right hand corner, going Ferrari Red, going UEF, going first land, it's Resi Noob. Team member number 2 to his left in Combat Green, it's Waffles Noob. He's going Aeon, opening first land. Team member number 3 in this bottom right hand corner, going Aeon as well, going Cyanide Cyan, and first land, it's Blast Chilled. There he is. And handling the left flank for Team 2, first of all, this season's fabulous Vivacious Violet going UEF. It's No Fear 555. He's making a phone call in the States in a movie. Opening first land. Going UEF, if I didn't say that already, I think I did. Team member number 5 up over here. It's the one, the only Nexus. There he is, going Cybrin, bless him, opening first land. And last but not least, in the bottom left-hand corner in baby pink, depending on what part of the world, it's either Kisato or Kisato or Chisato. It's one of those anyway. I'll pick whatever I feel like at the time, and you can't do anything about it because it's my channel. And he's going Cybrin, opening first land. So there we have it. Game quality at 94%. We're pretty happy with that. I would mention standout players, but frankly, they're all standout. To give you an idea of the levels today, 1800 is the lowest rated player. We've got Macro Noob and No Fear on Team 1 and Team 2 respectively, ranking at that position, and everybody else is above it, with highest topping out at 2400 for the Wheelie and for Nexus and Kisato. So that's a lot. That's a lot of ranking points for all of these very clever chaps. The racial makeups of the two teams are as follows: 3 Seraphim for Team 1, a UEF, an Aeon and a Cybrin, and on Team 2 we've got 2 UEF, 2 Aeon and 2 Cybrin. No smelly aliens for them, thank you very much. The map gen today has given us a reasonable amount of reclaim, divided by the 2 territories, virtually nothing in the no man's land strip through the middle except for these little civilian bases. Can't tell you how much reclaim is in those, but it's worth getting to reclaim nonetheless, that's what I can tell you. And otherwise the map is pretty open. We've got these little rock formations, these little plateau cliff edges, which might serve some defensive purposes as the game goes on but it also equally might not. Right, let's scale back the chrono dampener and allow time to progress in reasonable fashion. And I'm all about what's going to happen here. We're getting first bomber. Yes, we are. The wheelie producing some early harass, as he's so well known for doing. Up to 50% now. Who's going to be the lucky recipient of that first bomb, I wonder? Could be anyone, but most likely some poor soul in this bottom right-hand corner. Blast chilled. Waffles noob, and I believe Resi noob. Just over here, bomber away. I imagine we'll get a scout as well to give him some intel. There it goes. And that will alert him to any potential vulnerable targets. And that's why you produce the bomber first and then the scout plane. The scout plane's considerably faster. And it's going to snake just around the bomber on its approach. Just look how close his power balance was to going negative there. There's some engineers belonging to Resi Noob. He gets one payload away. Bosh, very nice. One bomb, one kill. Another one spotted further to the south, was it? No, it's over here, slightly further towards the base. Is he going to be 2 for 2? Yes, he is. That was a pretty solid connection. Poor old Bernard out to the east. He's been spotted. Bernard hangs a Louis, but can't get out of the way of the blast radius. That's quite a wide blast radius on that AoE of that bomb. Ouch! Another engineer bites the dust. That is 4 for 4. Team 2 taking a lot of engineer losses here. 5 for 5. This is a wonderful bombing run here from the wheelie. About time we got some defense into the frame, and there it is. Inbound T1 interceptor from Blast Chilled and a mobile anti-air archer from Resi Noob. Can it save this last engineer? Well, it wasn't so much the air defenses that saved him. It was the fact that he couldn't get the angle right. But that engineer does take a bomber chassis to the face and somehow survives with 50 HP. I humbly suggest to the devs that if a bomber falls out of the sky and lands on your engineer, that should take it out. I think the fall damage from some of these planes should be scaled up just a smidge. At least so that you have to really hit it to get maximum damage. It could fall off, but that's my 2 cents anyway. So, yeah, nice little bit of early harass there from the wheelie, but boy, has it affected him. He is short stacking pretty much, with the exception of Esperanto, and only because Esperanto has power locked himself going for a very early gun upgrade inside 4 minutes here. But the wheelie, otherwise, way down on mass production, and that is what happens when you use up all of your APM going on mass harass early doors. But still, has caused some problems. Would have forced opposing players to sink some resources here and there, and maybe into some anti-air and what have you. Extra inties, places they weren't initially considering. But these guys are pros. They don't go to pieces like I do, or I would if I still got the time to play. I'm like a caricature of a woman from the 19th century standing on a chair when they see a mouse whenever someone comes in with an early T1 bomber. It's screaming and wailing followed by fainting because my corset's too tight. Pretty much the way of things. Macro Noob has advanced with his comm just a smidge. Got comms out all over the shop. As you would expect, these guys are going to be utilizing their comms prolifically because of their giant shiny balls. Lots and lots of courage. Resi Noob trying to respond with a bomber of his own. He's got 1 kill so far. That could be a very good bomb. Ooh, at least 3 kills there. Oh, got shot down before I could check how many kills were registered on that bomber. But still, a little bit of payback goes a long way. Resi's going to be feeling pretty good about that one. Nano repair. Esperanto going very early here with the upgrades. Has he got the eco to sustain that one? We saw how the first gun upgrade proper nailed him. Look at that with the 3 engineers assisting. That is nuking his power. So he's looking to go aggressive with his comm early doors. Absolutely bang out of power. Might rectify the situation once his mass bar empties, which it's just about to do. He's only up to 40%, and that brings his power back. But still, he's only almost halfway there. But he is the corner player, I guess. If other people have decided they're going to take over the air mantle. We have got interceptors out in the centre for Bennis. And over here to the left there for Turbo 2. What's going on here? The wheelie was working on one of his classic heart shapes, I think. You finish it, he says. And so Waffles Noob is going to butcher it with a straight line. How very much like a heartless Aeon. To butcher the heart completely. That is just horrible. Resi Noob was actually going for a little bit here, I think. There we go. Resi says, no, I'll finish it. It was a valiant attempt. It's what I like when you see these little communities of people who play with each other regularly. It's all good, solid fun. Kisato and Nexus, meanwhile, pushing pretty hard on the left flank. The Wreck and Turbo 2 dropping back. Nexus has got himself an early gun upgrade. So far, the two corner comms for Team 1 are unupgraded. So even though they're facing off against typically weaker Cybran chassis, the upgrade has been enough to spook them for the time being. We've got a gun upgrade in the center on the way for Bennis. 12% complete there. Where's No Fear? Ooh, what have we got here? A little bit of a run-by attempt underway from both No Fear and Blast Chilled. Trying to get up to Bennis's base. Bennis, of course, locked to the spot on an upgrade. Can't do anything about that. Macro Noob, who is near the center, is now pursuing to try and engage these units. Of course, ACU's slower than the T1 spam, so that approach vector isn't going to be great if No Fear carries on pushing northwesterly. Blast Shield looks like he might make it into the sensitive areas of Bennis's base. They are being pressured, those units at the moment, though, by T1 gunships. Those just, well, I say they were. One of them's landed and is now having a tea break with crumpets, and it's all very buttery and delicious. So as a result, he's been neglecting his duties. No Fair brings in his own aircraft to assist with this ground assault, and it looks like Bennis might lose a couple of mass extractors here. T1's up front, but T1's partially upgraded to T2 in the back here. He won't want to lose those. Engineers in the backfield getting to work on T1 point defense. That gets spotted by No Fear, and those engineers get absolutely massacred. Nice play there. That is a very nearly dead mass extractor, which is 42% the way to a T2 upgrade. Those tanks really should finish it off, and indeed they do. That is wasted resources for Bennis, and a gratifying feeling, I'm sure, for the players on Team 2. I say the players for No Fear, because no one else will be paying attention. What's happening down here in the bottom right-hand corner? So Esperanto, having finished those very expensive early upgrades, have brought the Comm forward, but is now going 2v1 against Resi Noob with a whole load of spam moving in for Resi and T2 gunships moving in. Esperanto, I don't care what kind of nano repair you've got, you could have bitten off more you can chew here, son. You might really be in danger. He dips into the yellow, gets a nice rank in veterancy, but it's not going to save him, I don't think. Down into the red, sub 2k HP now. The wreck, or sorry, the wheelie is moving in, or was. He's like, no, forget that. What? Hang on a minute. That's I think, yeah, no, I think this was charity right here. I don't think they wanted to go a player up yet, because there's no way they didn't realize how vulnerable Esperanto was there. Those two comms from Team 2 backing off at the crucial moment for no reason. I'm pretty sure that is just how he made a silly choice. Just let him stay in for now. Maybe they will come to regret that at a later stage. We will have to wait and see. The wheelie was coming in to assist, and then when it was clear, or it looked like it was clear that Esperanto was going to go down, he was like, nope, see you later. That's all on you, and turned around. But Esperanto did get out of there, and he's got his 76 hit point a second regen now on board that chassis, so Shouldn't be too long before he is back in the fray. Already back up to about 35-40% of his health. And now Turbo 2 has got himself a gun upgrade. So has the Wreck. So after being pushed back by those two comms, they managed to get a couple of upgrades. And now the tables will have turned in a straight comm fight. Nice little bit of air harass there. We've got some Corsairs in for Kisato, and they've managed to strip out a couple of the core mexes in the main base there for the Wreck. Nice little bit of play. What's that brought him down to? It's brought him down to 31 mat. What has happened to Esperanto's income? He's transferred everything over to the wheelie. Those mexes, one T2 mex and the rest T1, sorry. But two of them upgraded or upgrading on their way towards T2. Esperanto just going... Maybe that was because he thought he was going down. He was just transferring it early. Now he doesn't want it back. Maybe he's just, I'm going Rambo this game, and that's all there is to it. So the wheelie effectively sitting on 2 base here. And that should be reflected by his eco. Well, sort of. Macro Noob over here, pulling in 112 versus the wheelie's 98. Macro Noob doing fine work with his air superiority fighters, shooting down some of those interceptors belonging to Kisato. And I'm guessing part of that exchange, those ASFs took out the Corsairs, because I'm not seeing them anywhere on the field now. All that Kisato has left in terms of air units are 4 T2 Renegade gunships down here at the bottom left-hand corner. And now the fight back. God, words are hard today. Jeez. And I didn't get a bad night's sleep for once. But the fight back over here on the left flank for Team 1 has begun. The Wreck and Turbo moving up with solid ground-based power units. Look at all of these pillars here. We've also got T2 Yenzines, Seraphim hover tanks for the Wreck versus 1 or 2 T3 units for Nexus, although he's coming in with a couple of bricks now. So Nexus with the crucial T3 upgrade, but might lose some of these outer factories and mass extractors as the Wreck and Turbo advance forward. Turbo not as close to the Wreck as the Wreck would like, though, I reckon. But what's going on here? Esperanto with that tooled up comm taking a transport to join Turbo and the Wreck on this left flank, and now Nexus and Kisato really are in trouble. Alumnar transport with, is it bricks or loyalists? A couple of bricks on board. Going to make a drop somewhere. Esperanto makes landfall safely. This is a scary situation right here for Nexus and Kisato. Nexus not yielding these factories, but is he aware of Esperanto? Not yet, but he soon will be. Bosh!
Under attack.
Wreck coming in from the northwest. Sato further to the south. He doesn't like the look of that. He's not coming to join the fight, and it's probably a sensible decision. Nexus does have bricks and loyalists coming in to join with the Mantis, but he's already lost most of his health. He's down to about 4,000 hit points. Esperanto again taking a lot of fire thanks to the bricks and the loyalist. Gets a ranking vet, I think, there, which helps save him. No, he's still only on 1. Oh my god, down to 1,000 hit points. This could be it. Well and truly for Esperanto, but Nexus also down to 3,700. In come some Renegade gunships there from Epic Venice, but Nexus is the first to go, and Kisato finds himself surrounded by the Yenzines at the same time. It's a twofer multi-kill. In the bottom left-hand corner, Team 2 suddenly very weak on that left-hand side, that left flank. Still with 3 comms, although Esperanto probably needs the evac, and indeed he is. There he goes. Those bricks did make landfall behind the main base of the wreck, who's lost all of his core mass. Esperanto bringing his comm presumably to try and overcharge these. Again, needs to be a little bit careful. Has got a huge amount of hit points. I'm going to quickly go to split screen because we have got forward momentum from the wheelie. I want to see Esperanto shut this down, but that nano repair working wonders for him. He's already back up into the yellow, 5,400 HP. One brick dealt with, and restore is in from Macro also to help deal with that brick. Is the pressure going to be applied continuously on that left flank by Team 2? I wonder. Comm's looking like they want to take out what's left of Kisato's base. Oh, I was just about to comment on Resi Noob. I hope you were following that on the right hand side while I was talking over here. Resi Noob being brought in on an alumnar, but gets himself blown out of the sky before he can make landfall. And it's now a 3v6. What a cataclysmic passage of play for Team 2. And now they're looking weak on both flanks, but Turbo 2 has drawn the attention of some gunships over here. A couple of broadswords and a couple of renegades. He's looking very weak indeed now. This could be the first counter kill. Down he goes, and the wreck was right by him. Did any of the gunships survive? Yes, they did. I can't see anything. Is he going to go down? He is going to go down. So that's a multi-kill. So two twofers over here on this left-hand side. This place highly irradiated now with all of those comm explosions. Still a couple of Yenzines to be dealt with down here. My goodness. We're only 17.5 minutes in, and it's 5 people dead and out of the game. It's now a 4v3 still in favor of Team 1. What's the eco situation? Team 2 are actually up on eco despite being a man down, despite looking like they've had a horrible passage of play. They're up by some 100 mass per tick. That's a pretty good outcome. Esperanto though, and the wheelie, and a whole bunch of Otham siege tanks pushing very fast to the south indeed. So that eco situation might not be sustained for very long. Nice little wedge shape here of Oblivion turrets opening up on Esperanto. Spectre gunships brought in to add insult to injury. Esperanto chopped down to 8,400 hit points once again. Thank goodness they have a couple of Ioshivas with them. 3 left after that last encounter. There are more inbound. They need some more forces, that's to be sure. Macro Noob not far away with his planes, so he was waiting to get involved if he had to with those. And I think it's fair to say they have an air advantage. Macro Noob rocking 39 air superiority fighters so far, and no fear, I think predominantly the chap handling air for Team 2. He's only got 8. That is woefully insufficient for the current air situation. Blast Chilled airlifting his comm over here to assist Waffles with the defense of the bottom right hand corner and his main base. Dragonfly takes some fire. It's probably going to get shot down, maybe, but does offload the bricks. Indeed, he is going to get shot down. Or maybe not. Yeah, there we go. No more sorties for you, sir. Esperanto, his whole game is just airlift comm around field, do damage. That is everything he's up to right now. Just donated his base over to the wheelie. The wheelie, who is pulling in 197. He has just surpassed Macro Noob. But he has been very active on the ground and is now constructing some forward spam factories to try and keep the pressure on this corner base. Waffles Noob agitating, looking like he doesn't like the presence of those. Oh, and he's going to engage with a Harbinger on the other side to help chop those down. There is the wheelie? Well, he is withdrawing. He doesn't want to get involved with that fight at that position. That's fair enough. Most of the spam that was helping to hold down that bottom right-hand corner looked, I was about to say, looks like it's drifting in towards the centre. But that is definitely a thing of the past now, as it repositions potentially against Waffles. Waffles with assistance from Blast Chilled. The wheelie. Oof. Nano repair and restoration field and gun upgrade on board that Seraphim commander. 4 stars vet, 44 kills to his name. Both sides adding mobile shield gens to their unit comp, giving them just a little bit more protection. We have got some counter pressure being applied over in the west. All bricks formerly belonging to Nexus and Casato's infrastructure, or bricks produced by that infrastructure. But there are Percy's and siege tanks in the unit comp for Bennis. Just when it looked like we were about to have a big fight down here, the wheelie withdraws. That's a significantly better ASF count than we had a moment ago for No Fear. It's up to 54 now. Macro Noob on 72, so still holding numerical advantage. Eco-wise, Team 2 are about 100 and... what are we up here? Well, quite a lot. About 130 odd mass, 140 odd mass. Pretty significant. And if you look at the total mass accrued, wow, 120,000 extra mass has been harvested so far by Team 2. Reclaim stats, Team 2 also in the lead by about 4k. They've just been a little bit better. I mean, 4k, that's not huge for 22 minutes in with this many players and this many casualties. Wheelie taking some sniper fire, needs to be a bit careful here. Might have nano repair, he might have restoration field, but he's gone into the red, down to 3,000. He's harassing with some T1 bombers, but oh, schoolboy error, Wheelie. Nothing he could do to hit back against those sniper bots. They were well shielded. Oh, Waffles gets killed off though by the siege tanks. Wow, so again, it's another trade. Team 2 just can't get back onto an even footing in terms of player count. They might be doing well on Eco, or at least they were. Suddenly, yeah, they are doing well. Suddenly, it dropped for a moment there. It was probably power grid related. But they are up some 200 mass per tick. They're still down a player. No Fear, Blast Chilled now holding the fort. Esperanto with his Rambo Comm. Where's he off to next? He now has a base to speak of, having inherited all of the wheelie stuff. That was his plan all along. I'll let the wheelie do all the tedious building. I'll wait for him to die, and then I'll just use his stuff. It's a flawless plan. Well done, sir. Such a troll game. Well, he's not sending him directly into battle as yet. It's a lot of spam. Let's just do a quick siege bot account. So 6 Percys over there. 22 bricks for No Fear. Blast Chilled, what's your harb count? 29 Harbingers. He's also got a bunch of sniper bots. What's he building down here? Just lots of flak. Place to put his comm in case some filthy Cybrin like Bennis shows up with a tele-snipe attempt. bricks on the warpath in the west, but that's a very solid shielded formation. Don't adore that encounter for No Fear, but there certainly are a lot of bricks in there. Siege tank's a little slow getting into range. That actually could have gone a lot worse than I thought it was going to for No Fear, but it's actually not been too bad. We have had a little encounter over here in the east. That seems to have drawn to a close. T1 bombers from Esperanto moving in to try and chop down some of these sniper bots that just caused the demise of the wheelie. I'm surprised he continued to advance in that. There was no real way out of it. Best bet was to withdraw and duke. I think it probably surprised him a little too. How are these bricks breaching and claiming territory? The formation is this well shielded. Oh, you should have dropped back with your buddies. Facing the wrong way, that's the problem. Shields getting depleted before the Percys and the Othams open up. Here we go. Teleporter upgrade. Currently paused, but it's on the way. As soon as he finishes these reactors, I'm sure that will be the next highest priority. Macro noob with a double gun. Have they changed the icon on the gun? What is that? It's got a little up arrow on it. No, it's a different... So, hang on. Massively increases the range of the ACU cannon. So, it's an extra upgrade for that... what is it? Left arm? Yeah. Wow. So, the Aeons really can get down with the SniperCon business. Go full Rambo mode. Nice push in the east. Lots of shield cover, lots of harbingers. Esperanto's forces predominantly unshielded. A lot of T3 factories he wouldn't mind taking out of commission. Whereas Esperanto's Comm is a bit further back. He is working on an Ethota. Haven't seen any experimentals yet, which is pretty surprising. Bricks versus Percys, but bricks falling back. A much larger formation of bricks against these Percys. And I'm guessing he's just consolidating to get maximum firepower, a raid, and then going in. Wow, look at the sheer amount of air superiority fighters. Ain't no way No Fear's not in the lead on it, that ASF count now. 150 versus 139 with an extra 7, which are bingo on fuel. So finally they are in a position, although a lot of AA gunships, which would add to the threat. Battling over the heart. Thota going to be more than enough, I guess, to push this Eastern army back. There is support moving in from the center. There's the big air engage that we were waiting for. What's priority target? Is it the gunships? Is it the ASFs? Looked like it was a combination of both there for a moment. Looks like ASF-wise, it was a really good engage for No Fear. Momentarily switches back to the gunships. They get blasted. Bennis has laser. He's jumping. Where's he jumping to? It's going to be one of the two comms, I guess. I'm going to slow it down. I need to catch this. Where is it going to be? Slow it down again, just as he makes his jump. Monkey Lord under construction in the base. There he goes. Slowing it right down, and it's to the bottom right-hand corner. But there's a lot of gunships waiting for him. Oh, no! Venice, what have you done? He's immediately trying to teleport out, but there's just so much alpha volley. And down he goes. It's now a 2v2. Oh, and at the same time, Macro Noob got taken out by something. Probably this huge ground formation equipped with sniper bots. And that is surely it. Esperanto, the chap who didn't build a base, ends up with all of the base. But there's a massive hole in the center now being drilled by this inbound force of Harbingers, making it in to this rear base full of air production facilities. There's also a big solid push on that right-hand side. I think this might be over. A ridiculous game this was. Very unusual, but highly entertaining nonetheless. Complete air supremacy now in the hands of Team 2, and there's the Control K out from Esperanto. That was absolutely absurd. But yeah, a couple of uncharacteristic, I want to say mistakes. Or I mean, it was clearly a bit of a troll game. They weren't trying their hardest. There was a lot of messing around, case in point. But yeah, Team 2, they came with more heart. Who's going to be MVP? Do you know what? No Fear is going to be MVP. He's bottom rated for this game, or joint bottom rated, along with Macro Noob. And he was lumbered with the entire bottom left-hand corner of the map, all by his lonesome. And he came back strong. He played great with air. Blast Shield did really well on this right-hand side, though, as well. And he had solid ground pressure. No, I'm going to give it to them both. They can have half each. It's only a thing made out of tin, so cutting in half doesn't reduce its value too much. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. As always, more to come from me in the future. If you want to support me, the best way to do that is through Patreon. It's a mere $1 a month. I think we've got some 94 premium casts free from ads there for my Guilecast premium subscribers. You also get access to the Discord. Would love to come on or have you come on and have a chat and what have you. It would be good to see you, so do feel free to give me a shout on that, guys. Like I say, what do you spend $1 on these days? Nothing. It's worthless. It's nothing. Government's printing your currency into oblivion. All right, guys, until next time, stay well and stay safe. This is Guile, signing out.